price isn't what everybody's chasing. I think people are time poor and they're looking for kind of simple solutions. They're looking for solutions that they can access and achieve the outcomes quickly and effectively.
This is Velocitize Talks, and I'm Eric Jones. I'm here with Chris McHugh, who's the CEO of Sitback Solutions. Chris, it's good to have you.
Thank you.
I wonder if you could talk a little bit, tell us about Sitback and what makes your agency unique.
Sitback's a great agency. We've been established for 12 years, and we're located in the Sydney, down in the Rocks, and we're about 40 people in size. And we specialise very much in UX, psychology-led user experience design and development, and ongoing support and optimization for our clients' websites. So really working closely with them to help them be more effective with engagement with customers online. So we run a number of specialist teams, and we have a very strong technical heritage, so a very strong technical team looking at CMS implementation and third-party API integration, and a very strong senior UX team, a team of HCI experts and registered psychologists, really putting a lot of rigor around the methodology we apply to understanding user requirements, business requirements, and mapping them into our solution design. And then we have a delivery team focused on project delivery, the scope, the management of reporting, the budget, the timeline, the relationship with the clients, and a dedicated support team. So 24/7 working on our platform support, making sure that we're working on resolving any client issues as and when they occur, both from a reactive and a proactive perspective. So what makes us special really is, for me, is the combination of our user experience team working closely with the development team, making sure that collaboration is coming through in the design of solutions. And then also the psychology aspect that the UX team brings is they all have a real kind of rigor to the methodology and how they research and understand users and understand business requirements, statistical analysis to bring all the data together to really optimize the solution and justify the solution design.
Well, the timing, I don't think, could be better. We're seeing from recent studies done by Gartner and others that customer experience is now going to become the major differentiator between brands over price, over product. Mm-hmm. Why do you think that is? Why are we seeing this evolution in the marketplace?
I think it's a very crowded marketplace, and price, I think lifestyles as well are changing, and people are looking for more and more convenience and seamless experiences. And so price isn't what everybody's chasing. I think people are time poor and they're looking for kind of simple solutions. They're looking for solutions that they can access and achieve the outcomes quickly and effectively. And that really feeds back into our UX piece, where we're kind of understanding the user, understanding the requirements, understanding the context and the devices that they're accessing clients' products and services, and just optimizing that experience so they can achieve their goals as quickly as possible. I think price is important, but people are willing to forgo a few dollars just to make it work.
Personalization is one of the things that's helped with that convenience. Mm-hmm. And there is this debate, about privacy and your data and things like that. Mm-hmm. But by and large, we've seen people trade, some of their privacy concerns for a more convenient, experience. Yeah. In the wake of, the various regulations and the Cambridge Analytica scandal, are you concerned about any of that? Or do you think, now that the public has sort of seen the power of personalization, that, the box is open and we'll never go back?
I think we'll never go back. I think 20 years ago when I started in web and development, people were suspicious around cookies and what was going on there. And I think the mindset has totally changed, and definitely as the generations come through, then the attitude is much more, they're not as concerned about giving away the data. They expect to give away the data. And I've had comments that people think their life isn't that interesting. If somebody wants to use that data to the benefit, then they're willing to forgo that. I think as the older generations, we were more comfortable and more used to giving people access, or apps access to our personal details, to our contact lists, and we're willing to give that information up. But definitely younger generations are happy to do it. And I think the key part is that it's always seen as making their lives easier, and it's adding that level of personalization, and it's making the experience more meaningful for them in the solution and the app that they're accessing. So generally speaking, I think people are pretty comfortable giving it away. I think In terms of when there's been a breach of data, I think there's always been a scare, but people move on pretty quickly, and it doesn't seem to stop them.
You know, you take this psychology-based approach to UX. How has that helped you approach those types of experiences?
I mean, historically, user experience has always been a consideration, even before user experience was termed. But for us, it helps us justify in a competitive market the decisions that we're making with clients. Typically, the clients we're working with are well-established, big global clients, and they have a number of internal stakeholders. And so being able to justify the final solution with those clients, there's a foundation, there's a solid research methodology that's been applied, and clear user engagement that's helped us reference and justify the decisions that are being made in those decisions. So you get a lot better business buy-in when you've got that experience design, that UX team in place and engaged. And then also, when you feed into the development of the project, the scope is much more clearly thought through, so there's less change requests coming. The important part, I would say, is that once you've built your site or you've built your application, is that you don't just walk away. It's the ongoing optimization that's key, and keeping the user experience team engaged, looking at the data, looking at the user behavior, and feeding that back into ongoing optimization. That's the important part.
The public is deluged with branded content these days, and you know, at least the older generations are increasingly skeptical. Maybe even the younger generations. Mm-hmm. You know, they're seeking that authenticity in their content. How do you approach that with your business?
I think definitely there has historically been that barrage of content, and I think people again are looking for easy access to the information that's relevant. That's what's going to keep them coming back to the site and engaging more with your brand. So I think the key thing is to understand your audience first and foremost, and be clear and purposeful about who you're targeting and why you're targeting them, understanding why they're engaging with your products and your services, and showing an understanding for who they are, so understanding their age, their gender, their interests, the technology that they're accessing your products and services on. Are they accessing through a mobile? Is it voice communication? Is it on a desktop? And understanding as well their context. Are they at home with screaming kids in the background? Are they commuting on the way to work, or is it downtime over the weekend? So I think the more you understand your audience, the more you can design a solution to work for them. And then I think the gift with the digital is that you can really track and personalize their experience. And it's about gathering as much information as you can in a slow pace, gathering information when it's useful to take that information from the user, and then feeding that information into your business, but really feeding it back into the solution design, so you can create more meaningful and pleasurable experiences for your users and your customers.
When do you know the personalization has gone a little bit too far? It's become a little bit too creepy. What's the balancing act that you go through in terms of approaching that personalization?
That's an excellent question. I think we haven't come across that. There's not. I think it is about finding the balance of using the information to enhance the tool, and not falling. We're very much focused on on-site personalization, and so it's just about using the information that they've given and willingly given to create a better experience. And so it's always a positive experience. It's never been a negative one where you do one action on one site that's then being picked up elsewhere that you weren't really conscious of. So we can do it in a very positive way.
Tell us a little bit about the culture at Sitback.
So I've been in agency for 20 years. That's my bread and butter. I think the type of people who work for agency like being busy. They like to always be pushing themselves. They like to be challenging. They like to be involved in new projects, but they're very driven to deliver great work and get good outcomes for clients. That's just their nature. And they're working for each other. So we've definitely worked towards creating a culture where people have got the best tools to do their job. They've got a great teamwork, they've got open communication, they've got the hardware, they've got the software, they've got the training, they've got the career plans that allow them to not only do their work day to day, but also allows them to see a future as to how they're building their career and kind of having a positive impact on themselves as well as Sitback as a business. So challenging projects is the key. And so you always need to be growing as a business, new clients, new technology, new approaches, new methodologies, so that people are getting the opportunity to grow their career. Our staff retention has been fantastic, and really that's been purposeful. We wanted to, one, have an environment where people wanted to turn up and work for each other and deliver great work off of their own back rather than being told to by the business. But the retention in such a difficult market to find good staff is being key from a business perspective. We've had great results in terms of our operations, our business, and retention is 3.5 years plus. The senior management team's been with us for 6-7 years each. And through that, you just get efficiency, you get basic understandings, everybody's got the IP, and the client gets the benefit of those efficiencies, but also the communication and the relationships that are maintained as well.
What do you anticipate will be one of the more interesting technological developments over the next 3 years, as far as UX or design is concerned?
I think in terms of engagement and as a channel, and then UX will feed into it once the technology kind of ramps up a bit more. I think chatbots are a really good space. We've already got traction with that technology, but I think as that technology gets established, I think 80% of companies are estimated to have chatbots by 2020. It's only 2 years away. More user experience will become part and parcel of that engagement cycle. And I think chatbots combined with AI and combined with voice experiences and that conversational marketing will become a really good channel for marketing and engaging with customers. It's got a low cost value, it's very scalable out to brands as well, and it's a valuable tool. The market is extremely responsive. I think looking to China for Australia will be influenced by WeChat, and WeChat in China has got 900 million active users per month, and we have a big Chinese tourist industry here in Australia. And so I think it's starting that WeChat, that portal functionality will come across into the tourism industry in Australia, and we'll start to service the Chinese market using platforms like WeChat, if not WeChat, and we'll see that then influence the rest of the market in Australia as well. So I think those channels will be important.
Chris, thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
That was Chris McHugh, the CEO of Sitback Solutions.